Damn, my chair has disintegrated itself. That's nice. Anyways, welcome back to another video, guys. As you see, you are on the GoPro on my head. This is a first for me, so bear with me. In the last video you guys saw, the Miata is coming along very good. We got the whole entire wiring harness done, minus, I actually have to do clips here. Zip ties is not gonna cut it. I do not think this is safe whatsoever to keep. This was just for the video for you guys, so I will correct that in this video. You can bash me in the comments if I don't. Anyways, today's video is gonna be doing the engine for the Miata. We have to get this together. It's literally just the head and the block right now. We have all of this stuff, minus you and you. We have, you get the point. I did paint the coolant neck and the side outlet for the water pump. I do need to take care of the alternator because, as you see, she's seen better days, but I don't want to buy a new one because, as you know, the theme of these videos is to keep this cheap but do everything correctly. So let's get the motor pulled out. First things first, oil pan needs to get put on. Now, when it comes to putting things on a motor like this, I will make this as informational as I can for you guys without making it boring. You gotta prep your surfaces. Now, the water pump is gonna go here, and there is still old gasket material on here, and I always skim coat everything. I learned this from a good friend of mine. A little bit of RTV, like a high-end RTV, not a silicone you would get from the store, but something a little more high-end, like an OEM, like a manufacturer's RTV. So what I did pick up is some Ford OEM Motorcraft RTV. Now, I just believe that this stuff works a lot better than your off-the-shelf stuff from Advanced Auto or AutoZone, but could be wrong, but this is just a personal thing. And then for the exhaust, I got some high temp because I just love to give a little coating on everything to ensure this thing never leaks a thing. So yeah, first things first, we gotta get the oil pump on as well as the pickup tube, and then we can get the oil pan on, so let's start. I would actually thoroughly enjoy if there was a little table here so you guys can see everything. So let's go to the side garage, actually. Actually, I don't even know, yeah, you guys saw this in the first video, I think. I desperately need to clean this. I was tearing through some parts and it turned into this. These are all Miata parts, yes. I need to go through all this, but I have this little like, fold-up table I can use, or at least right now. Jeez, that is not coming off at all. All right, well, I wanted to clean this for you guys to make it look good, but never mind. All right, so as far as the actual bottom end of the engine, before we start moving our way up, we need oil pan, pickup tube, and oil pump. So, boom. So this is pretty clean. Before I actually moved here, in my buddy's parts washer, I completely went through this thing, so there's no grease on it. It's dirty, but I am not going to paint this. I don't think the oil pan needs to be painted. I don't see a need for that. This needs to be cleaned very badly, actually. This is your baffling that goes in here to kind of keep the oil contained, and then the pickup tube mounts to it. So I really need to, I need to spray this with some brake clean or some degreaser and just try to get some of this stuff off. Oil pump actually looks pretty good. Mini money mo catch tiger. Okay, curved. Gotta love doing this. Jeez. So what I'm doing right now is I'm getting all the old RTV out of the oil pan. Now there are factory locations for where they put RTV in these slits to help seal the oil pan up. So I like to get all the old stuff out. It's the proper way to do it. So when I lay down a brand new bead, it's all gonna go inside of these slots, as well as a bead on the outside that'll then protrude to the sides. It sucks because there's no like, you know, good way to do this. You kind of just have to pick at it and just go for a while until it all comes out. So I got the oil pump here, flip it over, and that works. Okay, so like I said earlier in the video, I just like to take a little bit of RTV and give this just a tiny, tiny, tiny little skim coat. All right, I had to go find an O-ring real quick because for some reason this didn't come with one. So I got my first skim coat good. Boom. Okay, let's line this up. So for all the bottom end stuff, especially stuff that sees a lot of vibration, I just Loctite everything just a little bit. Even if you don't want to clean the bolts, just a tiny bit cannot possibly hurt. Oh shit. Okay, so little skim coat on this. Take this bad boy. Make sure our mating surface is nice and clean. Take the bolts out because we're gonna Loctite those over here. Now the reason why I did that first is because this sits right on. Wow, that was actually pretty good. Again, come over here. I took this baffle off and cleaned all under here, just so you guys know. Yeah, that's it. Let's get it. We got water pump on, we have the side outlet on, we have the oil pan completely torqued, everything paint markered on, we have the front main seal installed, the oil pump. That's pretty much it so far. This was the heavy work, the rest is pretty straightforward. I'm definitely gonna skip ahead a little. I'm going to get the water outlet right here on where that holds the thermostat, and then I will get all the other little accessories on, and I will come back to you guys when I am timing the motor, because that is the important part. I just had a big blooper moment there. I had to stop recording and restart because one of the bolts I had was just a complete wrong length. I'm not sure how that happened. So now I'm gonna turn the motor over a few times to just make sure it's in time. That'll easily tell you what's going on. So we get our 21. All right, for real, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I had to take the whole motor apart last night because when I timed it, it was actually one tooth off, and like all the videos, I made like a reel and everything. This fits in there perfectly, okay, when it was timed correctly. But the cams were slightly swung a little bit down on both sides, which was able to throw the exhaust cam off by one tooth, because I thought I was going crazy. So this T right here, this means top dead center, cylinder number 1. This means this bottom gear is lined up with its mark, and these are lined up. You guys can see it's actually perfectly in timing now. So I counted, there's supposed to be 19 teeth in between these. There was 18, and I was editing my footage last night because I edit my videos every day, like as I make a little bit of content, and I was like, oh my God, it's wrong. So yeah, it's fixed now. So what's left on this engine is gonna be the motor mounts have to go on. I have to put the actual brackets on, but mount the mounts to the brackets, then they go on. Then lastly is gonna be the valve cover and the intake manifold. Now the thing about both of those is our valve cover is this ugly beat up red that everyone does on these. We're gonna go for a wrinkle black. So on my Instagram, if you guys check all of my descriptions at ZaveJags, I'm gonna be posting a reel of how I do this, but for the YouTube video, let's take care of that. Boom. She's already done, boys. If you guys go check out my Instagram, I have a reel also showing this, and I will have a reel up on how I cut the valve cover, because if you guys see, the front is actually exposed. The cam gears are not supposed to be exposed, and I do not recommend this entirely to everybody. You're kind of taking a risk by this. I'm gonna be straight up with you. You're taking a risk by this by something getting lodged in your timing belt, or dust, dirt, oil, all kinds of stuff. This is not a contained system. There is no oil that touches your timing belt, but this is a dust cover, and to keep things from getting lodged in there, like I said, rocks, any sort of debris. You don't want this to show, but if you're going for the show look and you're gonna keep an eye on it and you're not driving the car that much, you know, I totally recommend this. But I will say I have had a turbo car with this. I never had a problem, but it's always that what if. I actually hope you guys like this. It took me all day today to do. Obviously there's always room for improvement, but I'm very satisfied with this. So now we gotta flip it over, make sure inside of it's clean, and get our valve cover gasket on. Okay, we got ourselves a Velcro gasket. It's either this or OEM. This is still kind of risking it all. Let's get our screwdriver, come in here and clean this out. It looks like some leftover RTV. We're gonna give this guy a little bit of oil here, not a ton, but just enough on the cams for the first startup. All right, now I'm gonna put this on number 1. I'm just snugging these. So number 1 isn't gonna do much of anything. I actually remember the pattern by heart on these motors because I've done it so many times. New grommet. All right, guys, well, sadly, I kind of screwed up here. I got a 9905 intake manifold gasket. It's completely wrong, so there's nothing I can do with this. It is way bigger, and the holes do not line up. The ports are different on the head. So I just ordered another Velcro gasket. It's not gonna be here till Tuesday. So that is unfortunately gonna wrap up this video with the engine work. There's nothing else I could really show you, but we're gonna skip real quick to yesterday. I took a ride up the street and met this really cool dude. I'll plug his Instagram in the description below if you guys wanna check him out. A super cool dude, and the crazy part is he is only 17 years old. So we're gonna cut to that part and wrap up the video. So we are actually on the way right up in Ormond Beach to go get a super cheap and decent set of coilovers. Now, don't bash me in the comments. I know these are, you know, people call them the worst, like compared to Racelands, but again, the theme of these videos is to keep it as cheap as possible, but modify the car. We are in a certain specific budget range. We're still under 5 grand, let alone I think we're even still under 4K, including buying the car, which is insane. We've kept the expenses super low in these videos. So yeah, let's meet this guy and, you know, see what he has to say. We are actually finally here. Say your name and what's up.
Jonathan Cotton. How's it going, bro?
Oh, this is sick. So I was explaining, I'm trying to keep this as like a cheap, like, exactly. I've never done this before. I usually buy all bougie stuff, but.
Absolutely. Here, check this out. Take a look in here. We got a set of max speed rods, coilovers.
So what, you said they just didn't go low enough?
Yeah.
I do.
Did not go low enough, but ride quality was there. And that's why I got them. But
it's funny.
You know,
For a second.
I had to be the 16-year-old and I had to slam it. So that's
how old did you say you were?
I'm 17.
What the?
And I did it when I was 16. So, bro, when I put the coilovers on wrong at the beginning, you know what happened?
What?
I thought they were like maxed out, so I thought I could only go like lower, and I was the opposite. And the thing, literally, the fender, the whole time. It was so much fun. I did that for like a week. Like, it was so much fun.
It's cool. I like these seats a lot. I know a lot of people hate on NRG seats, but
these things are great. They really are. And the quality's okay. Yeah. And they work.
It's got the aluminum door panels and everything.
LRB Speed, one of my sponsors.
I'm not even just saying this for the video.
And we got Spinny Whoosh. Yeah, I know. I got you.
I'm not even just saying this for the video, bro. Like, I'm looking at you dead in the eyes.
Yeah.
You are like eons ahead of when I started. This is crazy. Come on, you got to pop the hood, bro.
Yeah. Oh Lord. I just fixed the pressure line for the power steering the other day.
Oh, dude, she's nice.
It's not bad. Could be.
Got the radiator, got the hoses. It's fine. Does the AC work? Is the real question.
Oh yeah.
No, it does not.
Here, whatever light I can get from this. Oh yeah. You know, stock headers, stock intake, stock intake. That's cool. You know, but I threw the Mishimoto on. Actually, I'm sponsored by Mishimoto.
No way.
Mishimoto, Spinny Whoosh, LRB Speed, my own company, and then
that is awesome.
There's like one more.
Yeah, go give him a follow, guys. I'll put his Instagram right here. The ATM gave me all $10 bills. I got it. I'll take it for the video.
All right. As long as it works and it's a real count of money, that's great.
I've never bought something for someone. They've offered me food, so shout out to this man right here. One more thing for this part of the video. I need to hear, why do you have a 1J here? Why?
So I bought
is it a VVT 1J?
It is a VVTi 1JZ. I have it's a GE VVTi, which I wanted to start cheap. I bought this for $350.
I was just gonna say you had to get it for a good deal.
$350. Take a guess how many miles? How many miles do you think? 97.
Like 60.
64K.
No way, I was right. No.
Huna, you can take off the intake, fuel rail, injectors, and the wire
all in one piece.
All in one piece.
I gotta hear, what is the plan?
I wanted to get an S13 chat. I know. I'm like every other 17-year-old on this earth for 20 years now. But, you know, an S13 hatch would be pretty good. Maybe a Kuki, you know, it's like the dream. An S14 Kuki would be good. 1JZ swap, about 800 horsepower. Build it fully. Yeah. And we'll see.
Who doesn't want a 1J or a 2J in the garage? You're just like...
I got it for $350, and I'm gonna be honest about it, because I got it for $350. Want to sell it for, obviously, if I can flip it, I'm gonna flip it. But you know,
all right. Should we buy this and put it in the Miata?
Yeah.
Let me know below. Nah, that'd be
Don't
crazy.
do that. You can't run a front sway bar.
Dude, listen. All of my turbo cars didn't have sway bars.
Oh come on! Why?
No specific reason. I threw this. The last car I had, I just threw together, but.
I heard that they turn Miatas into straight line cars, which kind of like defeats the whole purpose. But.
So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little trip I took. Please don't bash me. I know they're max speeding coilovers, but it's the theme of the car. We're gonna go a little bit low. It'll ride better than the original 30-year-old shocks. So, you know, give me some slack on that. But anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. This is what we got. It's come so far. This valve cover came out absolutely insane. This looks like I spent so much money. It's all just time, guys. You could easily do this yourself. I really hope that you enjoy all the information I'm giving you in these videos and trying to keep it entertaining at the same time. I know we've gone from a different style of recording to like a point of view in this video. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this video on the GoPro and this point of view type of video. For sure, I'll be back in a few days and we will get the intake manifold on. We are going to heat wrap the headers for this and I'll show you what headers I'm putting on it. And then we'll get it in the car and it is just party time from there. So you know the deal. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. I really appreciate you if you watched it to this point or you skipped. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. And as always, have a great night.